What's up guys, 404 Nomad here, and today I'm breaking down my complete RECCE LARP setup. Rifle, optics, gear, comms, clothing, everything I run when I hit the bushes in my basement. Let's start with the heart of my setup, my Tokio Marui NGRS MK18. This gun is, well, if performance, reliability, and recoil actually mattered in airsoft, this would be the gun that brings balance to the force. The MK18 build gives me that classic Block 2 look, and the electronics on the GRS platform just run. Rain, dust, bushes. Enemies crying, it takes it all. It's snappy, consistent, and out of the box it performs decently. Does it kick like a real rifle? Fuck no. But it's enough to make you feel cooler than you actually are. And that's what counts. I mean, more or less. On top, I'm running the FIREFIELD Rapid Strike 6x24 LPVO. Now, before you question my life choices, yes, it is budget friendly, but hear me out. An LPVO in airsoft is basically a roleplay enhancer. At 1x, I can get a clean sight picture for close range fights. At 6x, I can pretend I'm providing overwatch on targets that are actually like 40 meters away. Nothing much.
I got sights on your mom!
Fuck. 50. The glass is surprisingly clear, the eye box is forgiving, and it holds zero very well for airsoft and real steel. It's sturdy enough for field play, and trust me, I know a thing or two about this because I dropped it like 5 to 6 times, I think, and honestly, it just looks right on the MK18. So, yeah, just a quick recap anyway for the accessories that I'm mounting on. The suppressor and the magwell was genuinely acquired. Tactically acquired by W15, and he printed them, 3D printed them, of course. Then we have, I think it was a no, I don't remember if it was a Summon gear, but let's put it that it is a WADSN flashlight here. Very crappy pack, which is not that crappy, honestly. It actually held zero until now on all those NGRS platforms and EBB. So I think it's actually quite decent. On here we have a pad for taking control, of course, of both the pack and the light. The FIREFIELD LPVO, I already mentioned that. Right. In comparison to all the normal MK18, I have mounted a Airsoft Artisan. Was it the Mark III? Is it the Mark III? Yeah. Yep. Grease-free block of Bell Defense replica. Just on his buttocks, we have a PTS Syndicate stock. And that's it. Yeah. All right. If you were wondering, for the sling system, it is a direct action, and I've actually mounted it here with a magnetic strap. It's comfortable enough. Please don't ask me where I made this. It's literally made of the background of my first video, so no, don't ask. Just take something, strap it on, break the silhouette of your replica. You'll be fine. And now, this is the LPC V2, low profile carrier V2. And I picked it up for one reason. I wanted a plate carrier that wasn't built like a medieval torture device. It's light, it's slim, breathable, and it gives me the good mobility for woodland and CQB alike. I actually run a back panel set up for hydration, tools, and utilities. Yeah, the main pocket is actually quite large. Everything I basically need for longer games, they go in here, and it keeps the weight off my chest, it keeps the mobility high, and the carrier stays tight without bouncing around. Plus, the low profile design works great with my comms setup, which we're hitting right now. Comms! Arguably the most underrated part of any loadout. Above the standard triple mag placard that holds my phone holder, kindly provided by Execute Gear by the way, I'm running the INVISIO X50 kit, which includes the PTT and the near communication system. These things sit inside the ear, stay protected under the helmet or masks, and the audio quality is chef's kiss. Even in loud environments, I can hear callouts clearly, plus I'm not stuck with giant ear muffs, turning my head into a satellite dish. The only pain is, getting your adapter figured out, but luckily I do have somebody with a brain in my team. Thank you, 15. And I got it figured out. It's low profile, comfortable, and keeps the immersion high, which is the most important thing anyway, right? Clothing! On top, I'm rocking the HELIKON TEX raid shirt in polycotton stretch ripstop. It keeps me cool, it moves with me, and the fabric is durable enough to survive crawling, sliding, and whatever nature decides to stab me with. Aside from that, for the legs, I'm using UF Pro Striker XT Gen 3 pants. These things are basically the Cadillac of tactical pants in Europe. Integrated knee pad system? Yes. Stretch panels? Yes. Pockets for days? Fuck yes. Way too many. Am I financially recovering from purchasing them? Gloves. For hand protection, I've got the Master of Gloves Target Combat 9106. Super comfortable, great dexterity, and durable enough to survive when you go prone in the worst possible area, which, if you're like me, is every area. They also don't interfere with trigger feel, which is essential if you are trying to make a shot at 0.002 seconds before the enemy sees you, or whatever you're trying to achieve. But those are really nice. I moved on from the mechanics, and the Master of Gloves really managed to capture that area between the way too bulky or the way too slim. And the rest, and it's also touchscreen compatible, which is not something to, ignore, especially if you're running ATAC or something. Next up, inside this HELIKON TEX Foxhole bag, we have the ProApto Viper Ghillie stalking hood. Now, this thing is one of the biggest upgrades you can make if you're trying to disappear without, going full swamp creature. The outer material is lightweight, breathable, and doesn't snag as badly as older ghillie fibers. But what I really like about this hood is how it handles thermal and NVISIO environments. Under thermal optics, the Viper Ghillie does a surprisingly good job at disrupting your heat signature, and it doesn't make you invisible, but it breaks up the shape and softens the hotspots. So instead of looking like a crisp human outline, you turn into a vague, messy thermal blob, which is exactly what you want anyway. Under night vision, the hood uses fibers with low near reflectivity, which means it doesn't light up like a Christmas tree when someone hits you with a IR illuminator. It blends a lot more naturally with the environment, and it doesn't create weird reflections from the mesh or threads. Long story short, if you're playing low light, thermals, NVG, or heavy woodland, this hood makes stalking and repositioning way easier. It's one of the few pieces of gear that directly changes how people detect you. Protect your teeth. Protect your teeth. I'm using the NB Tactical Mask Venom V3, and this thing is a perfect balance for protection and comfort. Lightweight mesh, padded interior, and an airflow that doesn't fog every optic in a 5-mile radius. Plus, it looks badass. No, I wouldn't say look badass. The way I modded it, it's anything but badass. We attached some strings here to, don't use any kind of balaclava to hold it together, because if I put any kind of fabric in front of my mouth, I basically stop playing in a normal environment and I'm suddenly in a fog of war world. But if you're using a balaclava on it, it actually fits under most, if not any, balaclava on the market. This is made from Unity. Those are over glasses, and they basically allow my sorry ass to keep playing with my spectacles underneath. It's pretty good. So that's my full 2025 RECCE setup. Lightweight, efficient, comfortable, and most importantly, fun. Everything here has a purpose, luckily, and everything survives the level of abuse I put it through. If you enjoyed the breakdown, drop a like, sub, and if you're feeling generous, let me know what parts of your setup you'd like me to review next. But remember, train hard, shoot straight, and don't blame your optic when you miss. That's a you problem.